SHEWA, Episode 1. If fantasies were a true picture of reality, I would have locked myself in it and thrown away the keys into the deep ocean. If an award were to be given to the best fantasy student in this dispensation, I believe I would have bagged a PhD degree in it by now. These were my thoughts as I admired my gorgeous self in the only standing mirror we possessed in the house. This gown has done a flawless justice to my curves. I've had it all planned out how I will rock my beautiful gown on that day. I'm out to pepper them. My phone beeped and jolted me back to reality. A message has entered. I clicked on it to read its content. Ifemi, my love, how are you today? Hope you picked a gown as beautiful as you are for our valedictory service. I've nursed my imagination on how you would sweep me off my feet on that day. Gbenga and I are presently at the Arena Market to pick up our suit from Taylor Mohammed. Please let's meet at our usual spot by 2 p.m. Your love, Okiki. I smiled, feeling really satisfied with the event that has been happening in my life these past few months. My diary was at the corner where I kept it. I needed to update it, so I picked it up and wrote, Dear God, I think I'm ready to reach a consensus with you right now. Since you have decided to be more considerate towards me these days, I want to let you know that I'm not more angry with you since you did not disappoint me this time around. Though you have disappointed me in time past on several counts. I started thinking of many ways God has disappointed me. First of all, you allowed my dad to pay for a crime he didn't commit. We fasted and prayed to you to vindicate him, but instead you kept quiet. Secondly, God, you allowed his enemies to murder him in the cold blood, even though he was innocent. Thirdly, you allowed me, my siblings, and my widowed mother to wallow in poverty. Tears were beginning to gather in my eyes as I recalled everything I have been through in the last 10 years of our lives. We sold the only car my dad possessed and moved out to our duplex when we couldn't pay up our rents. We had to move into a room and parlor self-contained. We became poorer than the church rats. Anyway, I believe that's in the past now and I've come to terms with my reality. Nevertheless, I only have one wish to make. I smiled. Dear God, please grant me my wish to marry Okiki, and I'll forgive you for letting me down in the past. Okiki is the best thing that has ever happened to me, and you know I love him dearly. I pictured myself in a wedding gown with Okiki by my side. I felt goosebumps right on my skin and I giggled. I fantasized about my children too. My first child would be a boy, and then I would have 5 more kids because I love children a lot. I will be a journalist while Okiki will be a lawyer, and we will be rich. I rolled on my bed happily as I kept fantasizing. At least, fantasy is free. Auntie SHEWA, so you have been here and mommy has been calling you. A voice behind me spoke. Shetemi, our last born, jolted me back to reality. I fumed. What is your problem? Can't you tell mommy I'm sleeping? I fired at her angrily. Are you sleeping now? She queried me. How is that your business? Go and tell her that I'm sleeping. I instructed her. Shetemi ignored me and said, Well, Mom said you should dress up fast. Today is that program in church that we have been preparing for. That program now. That program, my enemies must surrender. So go and dress up, she said as she grabbed her scarf and scurried out of the room. I fumed in anger. Why does mommy have a way of spoiling my plans? I eased and texted Okiki to meet me later by 9 p.m. that same night. I eventually followed my mom to church for a special church program. The program finally ended around 8:30 p.m. I heaved a sigh of relief as I stepped out of the church auditorium. Light of God Church was a popular church in our community, and most members of the church were majorly women, and a good percentage of youth in which some of my classmates were among. My mom began to attend the church about 2 years ago and has made several efforts to make me a member. But I refused. I preferred my church, which was a family church, until Mommy SHEWA left. I stood resting on one of the cars in the parking lot as I waited for my mom. She was having a meeting with the prayer band as their leader. I saw Tolani and Ruth came out of the auditorium. They were my classmates from school. They were gisting and laughing as they walked on. I knew they were gisting about our valedictory service, which was coming up on Saturday. Tolani was wearing a tightly fitted short gown which was too revealing for a pastor's daughter, while Ruth seemed to appear worst in appearance. I mean, her big oranges were threatening to break free from the mini gown she wore. I hissed. Birds of the same feathers flock together, I said to myself. But a voice behind me interrupted my thoughts. I have told you not to fret yourself over these witches. I turned to see Bumi, my best friend, standing behind me. Since when have you been standing at my back? I queried her. She smiled. Since forever. I frowned. So why did you keep mute? You almost gave me a scare. Bumi smiled. I didn't want to intrude on your thoughts, so at least not yet. She said, well, I thought to myself, I didn't know Bumi also attended the program, and so I gave her that look of, what are you doing here? She saw my expression and smiled. Relax, SHEWA. You know this is Samson's church now. Samson invited me. Samson was Bumi's boyfriend. So where is Samson now? I asked her. Well, he's somewhere around. Let's talk something else, Joe. See, I have better gist for you, Bumi said, giggling like a 5-year-old. My eyes popped out in excitement. What are you waiting for? Vomit the gist, Joe. Did you test the gown? How was it? See, if it's not well fitted, tell me so I can give it to my tailor to slim fit it for you, because you must be smoking hot on that day. You know Kiki know they carry last now. We all know that he is the most sought after guy in the school. But thank God you finally won his heart after a long battle with those girls. She said, looking scornfully at Tolani and her partner. I remembered how beautiful my gown was when I tested it, and it excited me. So I replied, that gown fine, no be lie, I told her. Bumi smiled back. Thanks for the compliment. I know I have eyes for beautiful things. That's why I handpicked it for you. Bumi bragged. I remembered the gist and became impatient. Tell me the gist quickly before my mom comes out, I told Bumi. Bumi tapped me on my shoulders. Madam, be patient, Joe. This is not the gist I can say in a hurry. It's about those girls. Just then I sighted my mom coming towards us just as Bumi was about to tell me the gist. I felt disappointed that Bumi wasted time beating around the bush. Shey you see now, my mom is here. I hissed. Bumi told me not to worry, that she would tell me the gist the next day. So I followed my mom home. I reminded my mom about my graduation party coming up on Saturday because I knew she was a very busy person, both in church and her business. So I told her she must be present there because I won't listen to any excuse. And she promised to attend. My phone buzzed as a message entered. It was from Okiki. He was waiting for me at our usual spot. I checked the time. It was already 9:58 p.m. Oh God, it was really late. As much as I itched to see Okiki, I knew it wasn't possible because my mom would never allow me out of the house at that time. So I texted Okiki and apologized that I won't be coming.